That's a good shout.
Fist bumps in. Imperial Valkyries ready to go up against Cxzi, one of the two squads getting their first map win and first series win of the year. That is one of the interesting storylines to take a look at coming into this game. Playing live from Bucharest here for the group stages. Playoffs will continue into Cluj-Napoca. And we've got one of the hometown players in Anna looking to get the job done today. So Cxzi, CT side, decent amount of utility for JT and Cxzi. Not to be confused with Sexy.
I might just call him Sexy. I actually think that's
Depends.
more fun.
You know, if he makes a good play, he earns the name Sexy.
Goddamn right. All right, well, here we go. Out of heaven, out to drop off. The window is smoked, so towards Donut. Oh, actually, excuse me, right through the mid-smoke. Cat's going to lead the way. Oh, there's a lot of Cxzi players here ready to party, though. JT's got the first 4 players here. Good luck with this hit. All traded off, and it's just 2 left remaining. It's a lurker over towards the B bomb site, and Tori coming into the A bomb site, but the bomb has been dropped in CT spawn.
Yeah, Nyx is going to catch Anna walking in towards him, leaving Tori 1v4. And I like the idea from Imperial Valkyries with the fast play through red. They just reach the fights and lose too many of them, unfortunately. So that's going to be Cxzi taking the pistol round.
Well, I think if you're Imperial Valkyries, you're like, what was the tell? Why did they have 4 players ready for us to jump through Red Room? Why was nobody watching Donut whatsoever? Why is everyone kind of convening here towards the point of attack? So straight up red of what was coming after that mid smoke comes out. And Cxzi have the pistol on their CT side. FAMAS picked up for JT, M4s on MongolZ and Nyx. And let's rock and roll into these gun rounds. 4 spy from Imperial Valkyries. They've got Tech 9s and Deagles and plenty of utility. Looking like we're going to get an A set piece.
Yeah, Tori going to be setting up a smoke. Plenty of flashes ready to go as well here. Most pressure will be applied towards Grim, who plays in from Donut. He's got MOUZ with some range with that rifle. He'll be playing back behind the CT smoke if it does put him in front of his face, but there's a gap to fight with, and MOUZ is going to execute Zaz. So an easy kill coming in for him. 23 though, overwhelming Grim, and that smoke dispersed in CT allows a further kill here for MOUZ, and finally, on the 3rd peak, he's blasted away by Tori's Tech 9.
Okay, this is a bit of a nightmare. Now you don't have Donut control either, and actually Imperial Valkyries, they look like they might just want to back off. Smoke is going to fade inside Donut. They make their move back towards middle. They've given up the A bomb site, so now they're committed to the fact that they have to reconvene to the other side of the map. And JT, he's already got a little bit of a read of what can come, but look at his HP. There's not a whole lot he can do to aggressively stop this play. He has to play it safe and bide his time.
JT so low on health, he should go down to a Tech 9 here, and he didn't even get a 2nd kill. So Imperial Valkyries now in the player advantage. Nyx is going to move up 23 on that left side, and Tori stands on default. Nyx, tough fight, but he's handled the 1st and the 2nd coming in. It's Cxzi actually coming in to help him out on that. And Anna comes down to a 1v2. She's got a Molotov for the post plant here. If she gets the lineup but a smoke, that's going to throw that plan into the bin. And Anna will not be able to pick up the 1v2. Imperial Valkyries get the bomb plant. They get it down to a 1v2 situation, but Cxzi take it 2-0.
They got it down to a 3-on-2 as well. With that kill onto JT, they had the advantages in the post plant despite some of the chaoticness of this early hit towards the A bomb site. Good find on MongolZ as he goes for 1 extra peek. But a sketchy round for Cxzi that they recover very, very nicely. The 2 new guys combining for a big clutch to keep Cxzi on their winning ways.
Yeah, keeping a good streak going. 2 in a row. Here's
I like
buy
this
back for Imperial Valkyrie, though, because they did get the bomb plant. They've got that extra money. You know you've done the damage to Cxzi in the previous round.
Yeah, 3 kills. You know this economy is going to be at a breaking point. Tori takes the risk, walks through the elbow smoke. Mid is wide open. Nobody paying attention. It's just Grim over and Donut. Timing's not with him. He's shuffled back to the A bomb site. Tori's hitting this lurk very, very well. Grim's in trouble. Here comes the turn of the corner, and Grim is going to be a free kill. A bomb site under attack.
Yeah, well, the rotation is quite quick here for Cxzi. They got 3 players back to CT with some haste, but they did not get through the smoke. They didn't get into the tempo fast enough, so they will concede the site. Imperial Valkyrie is going to get the bomb down, and it's going to be a retake scenario. And I think throughout this tournament so far, we've seen Imperial Valkyrie struggle with post plants. They can't let this one go. They need this round to kick off Ancient. 23 winning at the big box. Here comes Cxzi out of the tempo, straight to death. And Anna elsewhere stepping up with a double kill through CT, so there's no way that Cxzi can pull this one off. MongolZ's going to try and back away and save that M4A1. And we've got Imperial Valkyries taking their first round on the board.
Yeah, so much pressure on the 8 bomb site takes Grim's attention away. Zaz even going to get that final kill, so all the economy ripped out of the hands of Cxzi. They've got nothing to play with and back down into the Stone Age. Good round from Imperial Valkyries and a great lurk from Tori out mid. She hit the timings just perfect for Grim to be looking the other direction, and Ana holds strong as the retake is set to begin. So it's 2-1 and money in the bin for Cxzi early on.
Yeah, important work for Tori coming through on that kill through the donut. Opens up so many possibilities and removes a huge threat from the defense. And Imperial Valkyries may have only won one round so far, but they've been competitive in every round so far. And it's clean on the openers from Zaz and Cat. Mid control is theirs, pistols cast aside, and the scoreline will be tied up.
Now, one thing that we've watched Imperial Valkyries throughout all these runs kind of play is they've always been playing from behind, right? They've always had to come back in maps and come back in matches and recover deficits. Well, if they can get out to a lead against Cxzi with this economic advantage that they found themselves in, if they can rattle off 2 or 3 extra rounds, be up 4-2, 5-2, let's see what they can do with the lead. Let's see how they can play with some confidence. No. These are good deagle shots, but it's still so far away from being likely.
Yeah, if he gets another one though, Jason, oh my god. Nyx has got 3, smoke onto the bomb. You can't let this go if you're Imperial Valkyries. Oh, the tap on the defuse, Tori saving the day, and Zaz coming in on the follow-up. Great shots from Nyx. Gets a little worrying for a second, but with Tori as the insurance policy and Donut, there was no way to defuse.
Yeah, no kid as well. That was always going to be a really long defuse. 1 in CT spawn, 1 in Donut. So yeah, beautiful shots with the deagle. Puts Imperial Valkyries on notice that they can't just let their gaze slip. They can't let their focus drift too much. This is really well done from Nyx, but always going to be really hard to make that retake and that defuse actually possible. So 2-2 despite the scare. And Valkyries get to move forward with the economic advantage even better. Only USPs for Cxzi. 1 flashbang, going to try and set up a trap in middle.
Tori should be able to farm these pistols. Coming out into mid. And it's all cleaned up in the end. Imperial Valkyries go 3-2 up. Bai's coming back here for Cxzi. I think today you have to talk about the situation. If Cxzi do lose to Imperial Valkyries today, Jason, this is a squad who have had way more experience in the core at this top level, right there. So they should be heavy favorites coming into, not the heaviest of favorites, but certainly favorites in this game. And I think it would be utterly devastating for Cxzi to lose today against Imperial Valkyries, who have had barely any experience playing at this level.
Oh no, it'd be a devastating loss. It'd be an absolutely devastating loss. Oh, and Zaz, almost finds the perfect timing coming through that smoke. Looked like they might have been able to line up for him, but she couldn't get the first kill fast enough, and Grim's doing some work over at the 8 bomb site. So defense holds strong here. The initial plays, initial pushes from Valkyries don't work, and Cxzi sitting to 5-on-2.
Oh, that round ends pretty quickly. Imperial Valkyries, I think one of the, I don't know if we could call it a criticism, but one of the things we've noticed about the squad is that they always go for rounds that, you know, you would see top teams save. There'd be certain situations where you would like to see the percentage play taking, and I think Imperial Valkyries are willing to play with their economy a little bit more.
I'll tell you right now, this is a round they should at least go for and try and get some damage. If you look at the money on
this round in particular,
Tori,
different.
With 10K built up, yeah, go for some kills. Try and keep that money low. You know you have it at such a tenuous point. Although Cxzi looks like he's
timing's perfect, isn't it?
Yeah,
on the 6,
he spots the other.
Around the back, Ana gonna go down 23, taking too much damage, and now really nowhere to go for 23. Even saving this is gonna be tough. She might have found the pathway.
Now you save.
Yeah, now you definitely save.
Now there's no point. Although they are coming in for a bit of a hunt, so this 7 seconds is going to feel like quite a long time. Grim not super motivated to sprint into it, and Cxzi happy at the moment to kind of leave it where things lie. 23 tucks herself into the cubby. No one's going to turn the corner, so Op brought forward into the next round, and we're all tied up at 3.
Yeah, I think yesterday I felt pretty bad for Zaz, who on the T side had the role of getting into B lane and trying to pressure Cave. MIBR had just got the spam battles down perfectly. She was getting destroyed by those wall bangs. She was either getting taken out completely or just left with 10 HP as soon as the round started. I'm going to keep eyes on that today. Just because I think she had a really tough time defaulting there against MIBR, but it looks like she's going to get more space against Cxzi. Here's JT running down into middle, gets himself into the cutout. 23 applying pressure through the mid-smoke. Just a bit uncomfortable with all that util down, and JT comes out on top, but here's Zaz getting the trade. And that's more like it. Zaz gets out towards heaven and is able to get a kill right back.
She's so low on HP, though, and there's 2 pushes, Aggression and Cave, and obviously this push into the cutout.
There's no way.
No,
this is a kill.
Easy one for Nyx. And meanwhile, Imperial Valkyries was trying to pick up the pace towards A main. They got smoked off at a perfect timing. Smoke thrown by Grim as he rotated back into the B bomb site. So their plan, or excuse me, the A bomb site. So their plan of hitting through A main had to get readjusted. Back towards B we go. Tori's going to stick around to throw some fake utility to try and freeze some defenders. It likely won't pull Cxzi or Nyx away from the B site, but it might keep Grim there for an extra few seconds, might keep Hulzerk around for an extra few seconds for you to get some clean openings on the other side of the map.
Cat looking to experiment with the top ramp play. Nyx, great shot though. Cat can get no further. Oh my god, Nyx is looking sharp today.
Yeah,
got
nice
some great
jiggle.
deagle shots, little taps on the AK.
It's well done. And Tori, last one left alive. Just nothing to do but roam the map and taken down by Cxzi. AK-47 recovered. Cxzi back in the driver's seat.
Still a decent amount of money for the majority of Imperial Valkyries. We'll get the AKs out as just the damage Zaz takes just at the last second there before she gets the headshot. Ruins her chances, and also just a great push from Cxzi. Cxzi just getting aggressive right at the end.
So timeout by the Valkyries so Bubble can get involved in a conversation, try and retool this attack into something a little bit more effective. I think this is one area that I think Cxzi needs to try and force this game into is don't, I mean, obviously against any opposition, not taking some early losses, but especially with Valkyries, it feels like from what we've seen in their body of work at Cluj so far, when we've watched them in mid-rounds, I feel like they sometimes struggle to find a plan B to fall into, or they have the idea but not executing it as powerfully as they'd like. So I think if you can turn away their initial attack and their initial idea, you're going to have a much, much easier time of things if you're Cxzi.
Yeah, MIBR did a great job at disrupting their initial game plan. Plan A was never really allowed to get going. Grim down into middle, getting caught by a lot of flashes. This should be an opener for 23, but Grim still comes away with it.
Yeah, she's probably frustrated about that Galil, wishes she had the AK-47. Grim takes tons of damage, but still backs off with his life. Hunkers down over in Donut, and that's a nice pick for Ana as Cxzi gets aggressive. It leaves Nyx alone at the B bomb site. Nobody's shifting quite yet. Now JT starting to move. Now Hulzerk starting to move. And they'll leave low HP Grim over in Donut to keep control of that side of the map.
Do Imperial Valkyries stay focused on trying to take this B bomb site? Waiting for some aggression from Cxzi, some impatience to allow a further kill for the T side to work with. But it's not happening. Cxzi just passive.
Yeah, there's a really nice setup here, and there's not a whole lot of utility for Valkyries to use to get into this bomb site. A Molotov maybe for the default boxes where Hulzerk's position is, but the idea that you'll get through Cave against this. Here comes the peek. Good shot from Hulzerk. JT still lying in wait. Hulzerk never has to come back. Now can just keep his eyes trained on the ramp. There's the Molotov. Force him into the open. Good pick from Ana.
Yeah, great patience and a great clearance from Tori going in towards Cave. JT taken out, and so it leaves Nyx as the sole player defending the site. Grim's on the rotation over, but Nyx, he's having a sharp game, and he's got a double kill again. Ana and Cap both gone, and they can't find him. They cannot pick Nyx up, and it leaves Tori in a 1v2 with 10 seconds on the clock. Grim makes the rotate in, and Tori's got both. Lines them up and gets the double, and Imperial Valkyries given a hopeful round.
Yeah, man, that's the success getting into that bomb site. The Molotov to force Halzerk out into the open. Tori clearing out Cave, winning the battle against JT, who's tucked on top of the boxes. Those are the critical entry kills right there. Doing a lot with very little as Valkyries. As utility was running low. Good round overall from Ana. A nice pick on Cxzi. The critical trade on Halzerk as he's forced into the open. Well executed in a tough scenario from the Valkyries, and Tori with a clutch, cleaning up the low HP.
Tori not stopping. This time opening up the A bomb site. Bomb could follow in, but they've got so much time. So they just toss out utility. Nyx, though, not wasting any time to respond. He's pushed all the way through B lane into middle, just confident to fight. And he's got a lot of space.
That kill and a little bit of pressure on the A bomb site, look over at B. Zaz has already lurked all the way up into the bomb site. She's going to get herself all the way out towards long with tons of space. So you're telling your team, if you're Zaz, you're the one controlling this situation. You're saying, I have the B bomb site, I have space. They can be in cave, they can be in B lane, but I have everything else covered. And one more kill, if she can find it on JT here. A tough angle for JT to deal with, and that's a massive frag. Now, once again, you've got your defenders at this B bomb site on an island.
Well, Cxzi looking to do what he can. 48 seconds left. He turns back to remove Zaz from the equation. Ana going to be planting that bomb. Oh, Cat looked away. Opened up a chance for Cxzi to come through out of the cave. And he's found the perfect timing to get numbers even in this situation.
Yeah, that smoke really confused Cat of where the next fight was going to come from. So the retake is very, very possible. All of a sudden, Grim going to wrap around short. Nobody spotted it just yet.
Oh, Grim goes into that fight. Tori this time not able to save the day, so it falls onto Ana instead, and it's a 1v1 now picked up, but she exposes out to the short side, and Grim's able to come through and make quick work of her. A great reposition from Grim and a 1v1 loss, allowing Valkyries to concede the round and Cxzi bounce into it. Did not look like Cole were going to find a way there.
No, I mean, you mentioned it. Struggling in some of the post plants in the days that we've seen thus far leading up to this point. It came down to a 1v1, but that was a 4-on-2 at some point in the favor of Valkyries. Got to give some credit over to Cxzi for his performance in Cave, dropping that smoke, making things awkward, making things really uncomfortable. But he's the one who set Grim up to be able to clean up this round. A beautiful performance in a tough scenario, and Zaz, all this work she's done has gone to waste.
They're going to buy back again, but it's Tech9's. Mac 10s and some speed into a B rush. Zaz just charging up through with Cxzi in the corner. Are they going to check him? Zaz certainly will. Nails the headshot on the Tech9, and they're not stopping. They wrap her alongside, and they know the second player's there. Grim gets a double, and Nyx looking to remove Cat. There's no problem for the USP, surely, in this scenario with Cat so low they're running out of bullets, so Cat's no longer alone. She calls Tori over, and the final two for Imperial Valkyries stand and fight, but Nyx just too much to handle, it would seem. 14-5. Cxzi pull off another retake. Imperial Valkyries come in swinging with Tech9's Mac 10s and get a bomb plant, but not to be for the round victory.
Nice impact on the B rush, though. 3 kills in a bomb plant is going to be massive. Force the rebuys out of Cxzi. So if you're the Valkyries, you've set this up to where if you can win this round, the rest of your half gets much, much easier. It'd be really, really labored buys from the Cxzi side of things. So if you want to put a good half on the board, if you want to potentially go up, tie this map up going into the half switch, this is a must-win round because you'll decimate the economy.
Yeah, well, unfortunately for Imperial Valkyries, a couple of missed opportunities has left them sparse on money. Deagles, Glocks, just pistols again here for the T's.
All right, that's brutal. To have that set up there and not be able to take advantage of it.
Oh!
Okay, damn.
Wrecked. Unfortunately, 2 players to fight in that one angle, so I had to fight Donut and CT.
Halzerk just got his face removed.
Yeah, just got absolutely wrecked. Fortunately, a lot of teammates around for him. Tori. Oh, Patience, unfortunately, just moves off at the wrong time, but Cat's deke rings out, and we're used to that now at this point. Here comes the plant. Plant locked in on default. And a retake again. Imperial Valkyries getting into post plants. Just the difficulties of holding on to it once Nyx arrives. And that MAC-10, rather M4 switched out for a FAMAS. Cat's got another D-ginner, but she got a clutch. 2 more targets. And great shot from Nyx with that FAMAS, just waiting for the repeat. And Cat will go down to the FAMAS. A lot of damage consistently over these rounds. Bomb plants on the B-bomb side whenever they want it, but yeah, just Cxzi coming in and just about winning these rounds here.
Yeah, I think they've already missed their opportunities where they've given themselves a good advantage. If you think, I mean, situations like the 4-on-2 post plant, they lose to Cxzi and Grim. These ones are nice, but I mean, you can see that you can feel it. They never have really turned the round in their favor. So despite the bomb plants, despite the damage, which is good, not really an opportunity to win this particular round. Cxzi had to hustle over to pick up Hulzerk's AWP that was removed by 23. On this defuse, good shooting from Cat. Yeah, these Deagles doing some work. 7-4, and final round of the opening half coming up. Right after these messages during this timeout.
Yeah, right after these messages. I think, unfortunately, if Imperial Valkyries only get 4 rounds in this half, I think they're going to be really disappointed about that. There's so many scenarios where they could have got more here. Post-plant scenarios just about going against them. You have number advantages that fall out of their hands. I think they'll be rather disappointed if they only came up with 4, and they've got a great chance here for 5. Finally, you've got the buyback. You've got Ana on the AWP. Everybody's got an AK and a lot of utility. They don't have to play with the MAC-10s, the Tech-9s, the Deagles. Finally got a full buy here, and so a shot at 5.
It looks like they want to kind of force themselves out into mid with plenty of utility. JT blinded is going to grab 1 kill, just a pre-fire angle. Now going to try and find his way some safety towards Donut, but stands and fights for Tori. And all of a sudden, a 5-on-3. Cat does good work to try and get one back into her favor. It's Ana who delivers in middle.
Able to get 1 trade at least, but there's still a player down at the moment.
Yeah, and look at Grim. He's already made his move in towards A main. He's going to start pushing. So depending on his pacing, which doesn't look like he's going to slow down, there's a time limit on how quickly Imperial Valkyries need to move around the map. And there's no urgency quite yet.
Well, they get a read of this. Will Ana turn back and consider it? No. She's still looking at Donut. Grim comes through in that flank. And the peek from Zaz, not able to get a kill inside a cave on that double setup. So it leaves Cat 1v4. She has information that there were 2 players just in the cave. What will she be able to do with that with just under a minute left? Bombs all the way back behind those doors, and now going to get spotted by Grim if he continues his push to respawn, but he doesn't. Hanging around elbow for the time being, giving Cat a few seconds to work with. Hasn't spotted the barrel here of Nyx, just not peering around that corner. I think the timing has worked against Cat, and so it will be an 8th round for Cxzi at the turn of the first half. 8-4 scoreline posted from their defense.
Yeah, and I think another one of those halves where we kind of leave it and say, to a certain extent, what a bummer, because Valkyries put themselves in some good post plants and just once again couldn't win them out. You win one of those, the 4-on-2, and this could at the very least be a tied half. So 4 rounds, but I think marked mostly by disappointment of what could have been for the Valkyries, and they're going to switch sides over to their CT side of Ancient and see what kind of a defense they can mount against Cxzi as JT calls into them.
Yeah, I think we certainly felt that against Eternal Fire, in particular on Mirage, we were looking at the Imperial Valkyries and they were talking about some of those frustrating post-plant rounds that could have changed the game, could have increased their score line, but I guess you learn a lot from those moments when you look back at them. This is, I feel like Cxzi are winning this mid-fight a little too often. At 23, the one round with the Galil in particular, I'm sure will stick in her mind. But Cxzi had a lot of success in the opening kills in middle, making things very difficult and allowing flanks to come in.
It almost felt like what we talked about against Eternal Fire and Mirage on the first day of this event was like the extremities were great for the Imperial Valkyrie side, right? Like they were able to get into the B bomb site, able to get into the A bomb site. Those mid attacks kind of fell flat, but you know when you were attacking directly at the bomb sites, you found some success.
Yeah.
Cxzi's playing this pistol round pretty grouped up. Utility is there. Molotov towards default to clear out the position. Going to start encroaching up B ramp. Also going to split in through the B cave. Tori smoked off. Same with Cat on the other side. So bomb plant coming in, and it'll be a 5-on-5 post plant retake. There is a smoke for the defuse, but no kit for the CT side.
Well, here comes the retake attempt. Imperial Valkyries with all 5 alive for now, but they both go down on the Heaven play up. Anna and Zaz instantly collapse at the hands of Nyx. Tori, good shot, but it's going to be more than that. And 23 certainly stepping forward and helping out. Another kill from Tori, getting around the corner before she's peppered down by bullets. And now a smoke onto the defuse might cause a lot of uncomfort here for Cxzi. Tori's just going to stick it. Damage done through the smoke, but not stopping her. The knife comes out and holds her just last tick. So close to stopping him. 23 could not defend her in-game leader on the defuse. She'll come out with a knife right at the head, Jason. A slash up inside of the smokes.
Fair play. Respect to everybody. Respect to everyone involved in that little chaotic situation. Halzerk even getting blinded right at the end, the drop flash during the defuse, and still finds a way to pull the knife out and get the shank. Really, really well done to save the pistol round for Cxzi, but you gotta say, oh man, what a nice attempt at the retake. This is essentially a 3v5 when you think the 2 kills got taken out on the flank. That's 3 people making so much progress against Cxzi. Despite the setup, despite all the time, it's still a pistol win for Cole.
Just so chaotic. 23, 1 for 1, and she gets Cxzi, and Grim will drop Zaz. Although not slowing down into the B-bomb site, Grim goes forward. Cat, great patience, hides in default, but she's about to be pushed from cave and ramp, so just too much to handle on the end. Her attention's pulled in multiple directions. Anna trying to step up with the AK-47. It's got a kill on JT. Oh, dodges the brunt of the flashbang. Just couldn't get rid of Halzerk, leaving Tori at a 5-7 1v2, and now she's got an AK.
Yeah, she can actually do this. She can actually pull this off. Nyx is out in the open. They can line up. If Halzerk swings, oh man.
Dude, Nyx is locked in today.
Yeah, man, that's a shot that just ain't going to let you do anything. Beautiful headshot from Nyx.
21 and 6, Jason. He's having a great time at the moment.
They've needed it. So fair play to the new pickup, delivering at a moment where they absolutely need the production from him. Anna and Cat providing staunch resistance at this B bomb site when called upon, but this is the sealer. Damn. First bullet headshot. And Cxzi survive yet another scare, 10-4.
Here goes 23. Good damage, but not the opening kill. Nyx should have no problem in dealing with the double push from Zaz and Cat. AK-47 held down. And Grim making sure Tori doesn't step any further into middle. Anna going down with a final B push. It is 11-4 for Cxzi, as they're getting ever closer to closing out map 1.
Just 2 rounds away now. And I think the T side for them is going to be a lot easier, a lot more difficult for Imperial Valkyries on defense. I think if I'm Cxzi, I'm almost in some of these rounds calling some, maybe giving some freedom over to the players to do some kind of micro pieces of aggression, like get a 2-man attack at the B bomb site. Have one player supporting with utility, set Grim up to take some peeks into the bomb site, see if you can bully a little bit into the bomb site and find yourself an easy kill. Grim just kind of did it, found a one-on-one duel at the B bomb site in the second round forced by from Imperial Valkyries. I just kind of keep going back to that until they show they can stop it.
Well, the foothills of B, they're charging right in towards Cat, who is under a lot of pressure with his flashes. A lot of damage, but out of bullets now, so Cat's going to get traded, and Cxzi, okay. Zaz comes through the smoke, hoping to help out her teammate, and walks right into the waiting spray of Cxzi, who gets a quick double. Now Tori's turn to come out of the smoke. But eyes are gazed upon cave, so she can't really push through that smoke right now. This is the chance for Imperial Valkyries. They need to win this 3v4.
It doesn't even look like they're going for it. It doesn't look like
it's going to happen, actually. Yeah, the fallback's already happened for Anna. They want to save the AWP, so this is the save call for Imperial Valkyries. And it felt like they were committed to it, but they did find a way to escape.
Well, they were close enough that I thought they'd at least go for like a kill or 2 before calling for the full-blown save, especially considering they're at 4-11. And you were just kind of touching on it earlier in this game. Is there a team more than anyone that feels like they kind of go for rounds that they shouldn't? This felt like one where they're choosing to save in a round that they probably should attempt to go for it, considering you're now giving up and conceding map point. 8 chances for Cxzi to close out Ancient. That's the first map in the series. That would move us on to Train, the Cxzi map pick with a 1-0 lead.
Cxzi, good double kill. Kind of removed any chances there of hanging on to the B-bomb site. Imperial Valkyries using their final timeout, getting bubble on the mic here in regulation.
think that's one of those weird rounds where like the actual, I think the better play for the Valkyries to make on that defense is once you see that it's going to be a B rush and you're kind of smoked out of cave if you're Zaz, you sort of have to just let Cat die, you know, like let her do what she can. She got a dink. She went 1 for 1. If you can survive inside cave and keep them from taking over that part of the bomb site, that's a great launching pad for a 4-on-4 retake when they can only be inside the bomb site, when they can only be at B ramp. Then you can kind of manage things from there. I think Zaz coming out of cave really kind of sealed and gave Cxzi the confidence to infest and move up and take space in the rest of the bomb site. Regardless, timeout's done. They need 8 rounds in a row to force overtime, and Cxzi, they're keeping things simple. Playing a trade game, playing a brute force style, just to try and close this out quick.
Tori looking to apply pressure towards elbow. Grim completely blinded, and Tori gets out of there without losing her life. She gets back to the donut, and Ana opening things up. So advantage favoring Imperial Valkyries, at least for the time being.
Yeah, that's the op over in donut, and you've even got one player, you got Tori there to keep some space. So Ana goes back to reconvene and take control of A main with that op at distance. Cxzi, he's got to clear hard right, and he will not, but it's traded.
Yeah, important trade. Really good work, though, from 23 to get the dink off as well on Grim. He's down to 7 HP off of that engagement. And here goes the push. Tori going aggressive. 1 for 1 against JT. And he'll throw the Molotov out towards default. I like that. Molotov. Going to use that more.
Yeah, it's a nice name. It's a nice little twist. Flashbang out. Look at Zaz, though. She's going to be pushing over towards Temple. They've got to hold for this kind of a swing, but no HP on Grim to really watch for it. Still wins the battle. Came in late for it, and now a 2-on-2.
Yeah, JT just looking for that C2 push forward. Took a step back into the donut at what looks like the right time. There's a lot of utility here for Imperial Valkyries. They've got to use it, surely. The smokes, Molly, they've got everything they need, but Cat goes down. And so Ana, she doesn't have the smoke. She's only got the incendiary, and she's going to send it in towards the donut. Tapped on the defuse, holding for the angle. Grim not giving her the chance. Can't walk into that fire on 7 HP, but the tap on the defuse not being held here for Ana, and Grim goes down eventually. Ana to the defuse. And Imperial Valkyries not downed yet. They will still play on for a further round.
What a critical clutch from Ana. Nicely done. Molotov just making sure Grim can't swing, making him really nervous, trying to peer over the flames with the op, but Grim held strong. Just a lot of time on that bomb, especially up against the kit. So a great round from Ana. Gets the opening pick, is able to close the round out as well.
Great composure from Ana in that 1v1 as time was ticking a lot on the bomb. I think it was kind of her last chance there to get that pick in. Grim going for the fast play out middle once again. Opening kill here for Imperial Valkyries.
Yeah, completely blinded was Grim. We saw his POV, could see absolutely nothing trying to run out backwards to avoid the flashes, and it just doesn't work. So Nick's going to take some space over in Jaguar. Ana's watching this with the AWP. Over in mid, we've got Cxzi pushing up to the red room smoke. Molotov, and a deep smoke. Applying some pressure to this side of the map. Valkyries have executed A main aggression. That'd be 23 and Tori to take control, but both of them are still remaining. That's a lot of resources pushed in towards A main.
Cxzi is prowling around middle. He's not seeing anything at the moment. Under 1 minute left on the clock. Here comes JT. Up through top ramp. Zaz take it away, and so is that advantage for Imperial Valkyries. Halzerg starting to make his way forward around the side, but it's JT to land the headshot. And Ana not really in a position to get a whole lot of impact. And as soon as she did want to peek, a flashbang landed right in her face. She needs that kill, and Tori unable to get one from Cave, so had to be traded by 23. And Cxzi have the information on the last 2 players here, but 23 is fragging. 23 on the follow-up headshot, giving them a chance, but Ana has to move. She has to start helping her teammate a little faster here to get back in on this retake. 23 goes down. Ana still yet to activate, and she'll go down at the end. Halzerg to take her out. 13-5 victory coming in for Cxzi. They secure their first map win of 2025, and it's over Imperial Valkyries here on Ancient.
Yeah, Grim pulls up his pants after a long map's work. Happy with the victory. High fives all around. There it is, Dinko. First, I'd be able to, it's got to be them saying, we need to shut down any fast main play into the outer yard, like really early on. The first time they run it, we need to shut it down emphatically. I think that needs to be the thing that they put most of the focus and their utility on into the gun rounds, is making sure that Cxzi doesn't feel the confidence that they can just kind of trot out a main or T mid and bully that outer yard.
Well, they're certainly going to test that. Well, there'll be no surprise about that, and it's going to happen straight away here into the pistol.
Yeah, it is.
JT's going to throw the smoke up. Flashes are about to be set up, and then they'll charge out a T-Con, try and get by E-Box, but Anna's predicting that maneuver. Managed to get one on the dribble readies before getting cast aside. And 2 kills coming for Cxzi. Tori making sure that that grenade makes things uncomfortable, but it's not going to be a kill onto a Cxzi. But it's the flank from Cat, detected by JT from Pop.
Yeah, but now 23 as well has been waiting behind this smoke at the 6th train. They've actually done a really good job of stalling out this attack. Cxzi is in so much trouble. Oh no, he just grabs the head, a gush and a cleanup, and there he goes with another one. Cleans up JT's kill, and now you know the position of the last player. And Cxzi just says, Halzer, handle it, my brother. I don't want to deal with this, and he will. Pistol round to Cxzi.
Yeah, Halzer had the health and was patient. Tori on low HP didn't feel too confident to stay in the open and try and fight Cxzi down that long range duel, so was kind of forced into the fight with Halzer, and the pistol round goes the way of Cxzi.
Still a little bit dicey with the initial thrust getting slowed down. Putting this into a 3-on-3 could have turned out differently. Nice shot from Kat there before she goes down. Just no HP for Tori at the end of the day for the fight. I think Halzer may be surprised that kill didn't come out a little bit earlier.
Interesting, Ollie.
Yeah, let's just assume it was missed, Dinko.
Yeah, that's fair. Grim here he comes with the Galil. He's going to come out and try and charge full. Wood smokes are up in the middle of the site. I think a stack here for Imperial Valkyries. They've got everybody hanging around. JT spotting Anna going in towards Hell. So they know where the last remaining player is, and they'll have no problem in dealing with her. So 1 kill comes in, Nyx goes down, Cxzi go 2-0 up, and we'll get a bye now for the side of Imperial Valkyries.
Right, let's see what their plan is going to be outside to slow down some of these hits. Back-to-back rounds, Cxzi's gotten out with a nice piece of aggression pretty early on, pretty early timing in the round as well. So it's got to be nades, Molotovs, flashbangs running over that train to make sure that T-mid is not going to be swarmed over by Cxzi. Off in the hands of Anna as well. Glass cannon.
Wanted to get it out as early as possible. Looking for that T-Con peak, but Grim just farming. Some aggression from Zaz in 23, instantly dealt with by Grim, who managed to get himself out behind the red train. Nice shot from Anna. Looking for more action going down inside of the A site. She's dragged her team back to an even number situation here. Grim, though, not stopping. It's all about Anna and Grim in this fight and in this round, and Anna's going to best him. So a 2v2. Anna stepping up with a 3K in the round. And this could go the way of Imperial Valkyries thanks to their AWPer.
Yeah, they really can. The smoke's up, though, is going to obfuscate the vision. No information for Imperial Valkyries. Cxzi could be oh, dear Lord. Nyx is lucky to be alive, but now they know where both players are. And so Halzer feels like he can get a safe plant. Into the smoke tags. He goes. Yeah, but there we go. Gun is there. Evacuated to the B bomb site. At least a plant for Halzer, but can he win the 1v2?
Well, he didn't commit to it. He actually is trying to bait Tori into the fight, but she's going to realize he canceled that plant. She's going to take a few steps back around that corner. Halzer making noise on the drop down as well. So Tori and Anna play together. Anna's going to run around the corner and closes it with a pistol. And I'm sure Anna feels like that is more like it. That's what she's more used to. A big pop-off round to get Imperial Valkyries around victory.
Yeah, under a lot of pressure, too. Grim gets these opening 2 kills. Her attention has got to come out towards middle, but the attack comes through Ivy, so she's well prepared. There's the pick in towards mid. Smoke plume. She'd already seen Cxzi. That's a spectacular shot. And this one blind as well onto Grim. But that's a recovery. And you're not going to get that every single time if Grim's able to march out middle and get a double opener in that factor, in that way.
Yeah, here he comes. He's going to try. Certainly going to try. But with that smoke coming up and the flash coming in, he has to fall back in behind it.
Yeah, called it off in time with that flashbang ringing out. So over towards the inner bomb site we go. 3 players for Cxzi walking in. Cat is the lone defender with only 1 smoke. Playing at the bomb train, watching low ramp. Nobody's shifting back just yet. They're really paranoid about middle, which is leaving Cat on an island for an extended period of time, an almost unreasonable period of time.
Oh, but she's done very well to hide. Oh, so unfortunate to not pick up that kill with a FAMAS. Halzark turns and gets the instant headshot. Tori, though, keeping numbers even. Bomb goes down, and it has to be a retake if Imperial Valkyries want this round win. Yeah,
and I think Nyx is hearing all these footsteps on the rotation. He's calling 3-4 CT spawn. He's only got a deagle. How many can he get? Will they clear this corner? 23 going to go upper. Zaz, yep, head on a swivel. Good find. 4 on 3, but a long way to go still.
Yeah, Cxzi and Grim have a really good setup combined inside of Khan.
Bomb's not planted for them, though, if they get past.
That's true. And they are getting past. They're moving fast. And here's Cxzi with the double. Grim comes in, though. And great work from Cxzi to recover this round because, yeah, if they get past, if they get onto that bomb, Grim and Cxzi are in uncomfortable, out-of-position spots. So Cxzi on the double. Imperial Valkyries have no chance at getting all the way to that defuse. And we are watching Complexity take into 3 rounds.
Yeah, you can see there, this is that round is Imperial Valkyries just being so worried about T-Mid, about Pop Dog, trying to get set up and get comfortable and not realizing they had control for such a long time. Cat is just left alone at that bomb site for so long.
And I actually think she plays it pretty well, right? Her position's good. She gets the fight with the unexpected player. Just couldn't land the headshot in time as the AK just ripped hers off, so...
Yeah, if she gets that kill, maybe the round plays out a little bit differently. She's still in a position where you're overexposed to low ramp as well, so if there's some kind of a split coming in, you're still sort of screwed. Ana turns from the flashbang, 1 and done for the AWP.
Here comes the charge out, 23, P250 coming in, and the aggression and the disrespect stuff from Complexity has put a little bit of a stop on this round so far, but looks to be recovered by Nyx.
Even if you lose those players, Complexity got a nice foothold out of mid behind their own smoke. So what's going to follow up with just pistols after that is nothing too special. Cat backing up at bomb train, finds Halzark, good timing. Both players are known, however. Zaz and Cat knew the position of both of them. Yeah, and Cat's going to slide in towards Z, and she is dead.
Yeah, if she was able to get an upgraded weapon, or even Zaz had a better weapon for the job, that may be a winnable situation, but not to be on the Deagle and USP, and it's now Complexity. 4 rounds on the T side. The buy is back here for Imperial, and on the AWP, 4 rifles around it. And I think we're going to see this continued game plan of trying to get out T-Con, trying to establish that space in behind Red Train nice and early. I think Grim is the man to do it. Here he comes. Zaz isn't ready for this, surely. She turns, but Grim's already so far down the site that there's just so much space to play with thanks to Complexity's Grim. But 23 and Cat able to fight back into it, and now 4v3 picked off of those engagements.
Yeah, and even smoking off Cat's position, so she's got a little bit of extra safety hiding over in Pop Dog. There's nobody else coming from the box halls to clear her out, so Cxzi's got to create something through Ivy. Ana still has that up, but it's over at the B bomb site. 23 at bomb train. You've got a player in Pop Dog, that's Cat, who's very, very low. And now a lot of pressure being put outside as Cxzi makes his move.
Good pick from Halzark. He's going to draw numbers even again. Tori to fall this time, and Cxzi has slipped himself into a really strong position in the corner. 23 plays from Connector. Ana just the right side of Icon. And 23 is going to have to respect that Molotov due to her low HP. Ana goes down. Halzark with a great peek.
This is a really tricky round for Imperial. The slowdown, the pacing of it, they've lost track of everything, and Complexity just punishing all the responses. A really hard round for Valkyries to deal with. It'll be a 5th for Complexity's offense as they run up the scoreboard on train. 23 can't do anything with only 15 health.
No, back away, save that M4. Complexity go 5-1 up on the T side of train. I think Grim is just trying to be a nuisance outside. He's done a pretty good job at it. Even though he goes down 1 for 1, It's the space that he creates and the disruption. And proves so effective for them. And 23 gets hunted down at the end. She can't save her weapon. And Cxzi with no mercy. So Imperial Valkyries, they don't have enough money to get a full buyout here. Maybe some upgraded pistols and Kevlar. Zaz considered it at the last second, but it was too late.
Just a cruel, cruel round of Halzerk's AWP exploiting the insanity of that icon area and abusing the rotations. Imperial Valkyries down to pistols. A little bit of light armor picked up, a little piece of utility, and Cxzi calling for the inner rush against the low economy. Down the lower ramp we go. Nobody's home. And this is JT just kind of working Valkyrie, saying, we've abused you outside a number of times. You're going to have to keep it honest. If you're going to do a stack, it's going to be there. So let's hit the inner bomb site. JT, now he's going to get a chance to farm up with the MAC-10, and indeed he will.
Yeah, no problem for JT. Just so deep into the site. Imperial Valkyries make the rotation in, and they run to their death. So we are now looking at 6-1. Cxzi continuing to build a beautiful start into the second map of the series. If you are just tuning in, it was a 13-5 win for Cxzi on Ancient. That was their first map win of the 2025 season. They're looking for their second win and their first series win overall. And it looks like they're going to get it. Last chance today for Imperial Valkyries. They're currently 0-2 in the Swiss system.
Yeah, I mean, elimination series for both teams, right? Just unfortunately at the moment, it's looking like Cxzi is going to be the one coming out on the winning end of it, especially as they keep having no issues running up this scoreboard. So yeah, another tough campaign for the Valkyries here at PGL Cluj.
I'm glad it's Cluj and not Cluj, Jason. Because Cluj does not sound that appealing. I don't know if I want to go to a place called Cluj. So I'm glad we don't say it in the English way. I heard this debate earlier from Harry and Hugo about, you know, pronouncing things.
Yeah, you heard Harry and Hugo talking about Cluj versus Cluj.
No, they weren't talking about Cluj.
I want to build upon that.
I just thought about that. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe I'll have that conversation with them instead, Jason.
Sure.
Halzerk's out of there. Zaz going 1-for-1 with Grim. We're now looking at a 4v2 as Anna's aggression out of Ivy has paid off dividends. She's got 2 kills in this round so far. Nick's still fighting though, and Cxzi can often find a way back into these situations.
Yeah, let's see how far they can go. Nick's maybe going to need one more. Smoke broken open. He's got the safety of E-Box. Tagged through it, though, along with the nade. Tori at the back of the bomb train. Anna's op over at 6, and you've got Cat coming up through Z. Nix is going to try and deal with Cat, and he will. And now you know where Anna is as well. And you can fake her. You can make it seem like you're going to go Z, but the bomb is actually dropped. So Anna confident that you're going to have to come back to the bomb, and there's the push into the headshot. Good kill from Nix. It's 7-1.
Yeah, he stays composed. He's predicting the move. Anna walks right into him, and he's able to close out the clutch. So great recovery from Cxzi. I think that's another one of those really frustrating rounds for Imperial Valkyries, where they are in a favorable situation with the player advantages. Feels like they should have been able to close it out and just couldn't run at the end. And a timeout being taken here for Bubble, as he wanted to get on the mic.
Yeah, for a good reason. I think now is the time where you're like, okay, well, we've got to get some things going on this map. So, and I think when you consider they haven't played an official on train, a lot of this is being done on the fly. So it's like the extra layer of difficulty of having to just kind of come up with the solutions on the fly with things you haven't really practiced, probably haven't talked about in a huge amount of depth. And where do you even begin? Because you're getting beat now by slow rounds, by inside rushes, outside rushes. There's not a whole lot of success for Imperial Valkyries to lean on and say, let's keep replicating this.
M4A1S for Anna. Everybody else going to be on pistols. And Nyx is already out past E-Box. Zaz taking care of, so Nyx doesn't have to worry about the E-Box player. He just goes straight into connector. And the M4 is being put on the spot where there's no one from Cxzi. So, unfortunately, not going to be in the position to fight for this Imperial Valkyries. Cxzi with some speed over on the A-bomb site. And we're looking at 8-1. Anna's going to try and save this.
8-1. And Ana will save this. Nobody going for a hunt. All right. So, a lovely Sunday afternoon.
For Complexity, yeah. Yeah, it's going well. It is Sunday, Jason. Usually it's a championship Sunday.
The Lord's Day, we call it.
But that's coming up next weekend.
Next weekend.
You can get your tickets, as we mentioned earlier today.
Yeah, and if you're on YouTube, you can rewind to the QR code and you can scan to get your tickets there.
Mm-hmm. Taking a look back on some of the matches we've had so far today, we had Wildcard versus Virtus.pro. Wildcard losing back-to-back maps 13-10. Eternal Fire defeating Big. Zantara is handing out quite a spanking to his former organization. Ana receiving a lot of damage early, down to 41 HP. Tori has a potential here for a double peek with Cat. He's going to flash Cat and actually just get a chance for both kills, but Tori's going to stand tall enough and get the trade 1-for-1.
Complexity hoping maybe that pulls an extra defender to this inner bomb site, and actually maybe just thinking, you know, it probably won't. They're still probably going to be focused on outside. Let's send more people inner. So that's Cxzi with the bomb. He's forced out a defensive smoke at the minute and 16 mark. One more kill outside. JT not ready for Zaz. Pushed up. Two going to swing from Pop Dog. So Zaz finds some safety in T main. And 20 Thief provides a critical kill. Imperial Valkyries on the verge of winning their second round.
Well, we've seen them in these situations so far on Train where they get themselves into an advantageous spot, and Complexity able to dig themselves out of the hole.
They have a read this time where in the past they haven't. Second player comes to the inner bomb site. 23 shores up to help out Tori inside the site.
Yeah, good angle here for Tori. Should be able to get at least one. She's got some utility to help her as well alongside 23. And with the team play between the two of them, it should be enough to stop Holzerk, but he's managed to find a way to separate them into 1v1 fights, and Holzerk's got another one on the Tech 9. Zaz has got the flank, though, and Holzerk couldn't read where she was coming from. Saved by Zaz. Imperial Valkyries do get another round.
Yeah, I think you know, it probably should have never gotten into a one-on-one, but the rotations from Imperial Valkyries in this round were spot on. Once outside calms down, you have control of that outer yard. Zaz playing at Pop Dog allows her to maneuver between the bomb sites pretty quickly. Two players rotate to the B bomb site to help kind of hold that defense strong, and things just all work out for Valkyrie. So good read of the situation, good rotation in this round at the very least. And it's a second round up against the 8 of Complexity.
Oh, another timeout here. Bubble looking to get his squad to get the final 2 rounds here in the half. It's a possibility. And 8-4 might be enough to spur a bit of a comeback here in the second half. They've got to secure the final 2.
And boy, do they need it. Boy, do they need it, Dinko.
They really do.
Here we go. Quick smoke outside. Very fast-paced. A lot of bodies being sent towards inner. They can obviously still change their route towards Pop Dog, but instead going to start taking over box halls, or at least applying pressure behind this smoke as they wander in. They want to make Cat a little bit nervous early on. Pull that extra rotation quickly in the round. And if they don't feel resistance, they could actually just pull off and execute right out of the gate.
Yeah, and I don't think Cat's really in the spot to challenge for this. Has got a teammate coming over to help her, and Tori. And it's more of a passive setup here for Imperial Valkyries.
Yeah, you're going to play the retake. Your goal is to get 1 or 2 kills as they travel into the bomb site, as the bomb gets planted. Those flashbangs are freaking brutal.
Yeah, they really are. Cat got stuck in the ladder as well, just confused with the blindness. And then Tori goes down inside of the site. Cat realizes she's got to stand and fight, and it's not enough. So Complexity just executed into the B bomb site. Fantastic flashbangs. And Imperial Valkyries could not hold on to the site, and it does not look like there's even a chance for a retake attempt here, as Ana will try and save the AWP into the last round of the first half.
No,
they're swarming her, and so not going to happen.
Yeah, there will be no ult in the next round. Cxzi, not even needed. JT just bangs Ana out on that wide swing. Smile on the face of Grim. Complexity's starting to look happy as they're feeling themselves get closer and closer to this series victory, eliminating Valkyrie, surviving themselves to the next day of PGL Cluj-Napoca. Cluj-Napoca, I guess.
Cluj,
if you're
yeah. Cluj. I hope that doesn't mean anything.
I do too, actually.
Yeah, it's like the more we say it, I'm like, that could mean something. I hope it doesn't. And,
as long as it's not in Romanian, it's okay.
Yeah. All right. 9-3. That's what Imperial Valkyries are hoping for, and they're going aggressive in towards Pop Dog. Some speed here for Zaz. But Nyx is very aware. Gonna be tough. Because Nyx has got to deal with multiple players coming at him. Tori was the first fight, but he did well with his angle selection. Didn't expose himself to multiple positions, and so takes one and dips out.
Well, 23's found JT. A lot of pressure coming in from top. Pop Dog, there's still a player over at 6. That's Ana, who's made her move a little early. 23's position is known. She's trying to harass with utility. Bomb still hasn't crossed from T-Main. And in fact, it will get dropped by 23. I think Complexity's a little bit cautious to make a move until they get the position of Zaz kind of zeroed in. They know one's over in Pop Dog. They don't realize Zaz is there as well, so they'd really like to get the position known of that second Valkyries player before they commit to anything.
Molotov towards Zaz and 23. They're going to use the smoke. That ball plant coming in, and Complexity moments away from securing a 10th round on the T side of train. 23 and Zaz both make their way out of the smoke, and Cxzi has moved up close to the Pop Dog wall. Strong position here for Cxzi. He's looking for his 11th kill of the half. It looks like he's just about going to get it here on the 23. Actually, it was Zaz who falls victim to his AK-47, and Holzer will round out the half with a Tech 9. 10-2 here for Complexity. In fact, I was curious, so I looked up the word kludge, Jason.
Okay.
It means an ill-assorted collection of parts assembled to fulfill a particular purpose. And in that, I guess you could call Complexity a kludge, you know? Like, it's not exactly what they needed originally, you know, not like what they wanted to go for. We were kind of forced into rebuilding North American Counter-Strike, and I guess the kludge is Complexity.
Dinko, when they watch back this VOD, I think they're going to sit there and be like, what the hell? We're up 10-2. Why is this guy calling us a kludge?
Yeah, no, I mean, sure, that's fair, and I think their year is off to a pretty slow start. But
you're not wrong. I know what you mean. Yeah, it is a little bit. I mean, I don't know. It was a weird
just
place.
kind of was alliteration, you know.
Yeah. And we're just having a little bit of fun. But no, I mean, you are right in the sense that, you know, this is a Complexity team that obviously lost a long-time member of Floppy, lost a really big, impactful, important piece in Elige. And yeah, and then you kind of got to put together some pieces that you don't know if they're going to work. You kind of have them coming in, and Cxzi and Nyx, and you're saying, let's just see what these pieces can do for us. At least today, Nyx is looking solid. Cxzi hasn't done anything out of line at all. So everything's going well for Complexity here against the Valkyries.
3-round wins away from securing victory. And Holzer off to the races. Great shot on Tori. Second through the smoke. Cat's not going to be too happy about that. And Cxzi holding down the Ivy push. Holzer just shredding. 4 kills from Holzer. And look at that big old smile from TC.
Yeah, dude, that's one of those pistols. We all know it. We like that first shot lands, and you're like, oh, baby, this pistol works. I'm going for every fight. He was feeling it. He picked Tori out of the sky. Yeah. That's unreasonable.
Oh, it's just so clean from Holzer. And then Cxzi steals his ace away.
I was gonna say, I think he would have gotten the ace by everything we'd seen. That was an ace in the making.
All right, Glock says Imperial Valkyries want to get one good buy round in this second half. mix around the back. Cat going to be taken out. And he was looking for a follow-up to the grenade. Ooh. Ooh, that's a long one. Anna just takes the steps down the stairs to dodge it. It looks like the fight is about to come for the Valkyries. And they don't have the weapons to compete. So 12-2. Here comes the buy for Imperial Valkyries on their last ride here in Cluj-Napoca, most likely.
One chance at the gun rounds. Let's see how long they can survive any kind of a fight back. I think there's another layer to this kind of opening of the year for the Valkyries. While we've obviously watched them, get kind of beaten at the Blast Bounty, at IEM Katowice, now at Cluj-Napoca. On top of like the step up in the level of competition, the other angle that they're having to work through as well is this crazy professional schedule of not having those time off between events to really fix things, right? It's been event to event to event. So you're getting a taste of what it's like to be on that schedule as well, and that calendar as well, where you don't have as much time to kind of adapt and change and look into the problems. Just been a very tough start to the year for Valkyries and all these various learning experience they've had to pick up and work their way through.
Yeah, but they're very cognizant of the fact it's about breaking new ground, right? Taking the first step here for Imperial Valkyries and Women's Counter-Strike as a whole. First team that's been able to do it and consistently get this run in Tier 1 tournaments. Had impressive moments, certainly exciting moments from the individual players, and Grim cleaning up. So no problem for Grim. Anna now left inside of T-Con. And Grim is on the hunt to try and find her, and Cxzi will close out the series. 2-0 today. They will survive another day here at PGL Cluj-Napoca 2025. They deal with Imperial Valkyries, who have had their opportunities to represent Women's Counter-Strike here in back-to-back Tier 1 tournaments. Definitely